In this video, I'll help answer the question, is Innodata stock a good buy? I'll touch on 4 things. We'll talk about how Innodata makes money. Number 2, I'll break down the latest news. Number 3, we'll take a look at the ratings in Tykr. And then number 4, I'll let you know if this is a stock I plan to buy, hold, or sell. Before we dive in, if you're new to investing or want to get better at investing, rest assured you're in the right place. Here at Tykr, we help people buy and sell stocks with confidence. So what does Innodata do? Well, they essentially help businesses organize their data. I'll kind of break this down into 3 steps as it relates to AI. So what they do is, step 1, prepare all the data to be fed to AI. Step 2 is they then train AI on that data. And then number 3 is they apply all that data to their current processes. So essentially what they're doing is they're helping businesses run more efficiently. They're feeding all the data using AI to automate processes. A good example would be a manufacturing company. Let's say you've got 100 steps in a process and 80 steps are manual, 20 of those are automated. Now, how do we increase the efficiency so we take 20 automated steps and double it to like 40? Well, essentially that's what Innodata is doing, is feeding all that data, and you'll be able to figure out those processes, automate those processes, and just help businesses run more efficiently. A lot of my past experience working for a lot of big organizations, you have what I call your 3 main divisions. You've got sales, marketing, and operations. There's a lot more divisions aside from that, but those are the big 3. And if you can automate processes within each of those 3, you can make a lot more money or generate a lot more profit. Now, essentially what the company is doing is they have a services team, actual people doing a lot of the work, but then they layer it with technology. Similar to Palantir, you have your tech stacks or your software platforms, but they don't go to a customer on their own. You have a team of people working with it. And that's a great business model. It makes it stickier. That's why if a customer has any questions or complaints on the software, well, you have a team of people right there on the front line that can answer questions and kind of, if there's a bug or an issue or any problems, you have people right there that can say, hey, totally understand what you're dealing with. We're going to work through this and continue to serve you. It just makes it for a stickier long-term relationship. And to give you context here, the contract sizes for this, you could call this like enterprise deals. Contracts can be minimum tens of thousands of dollars per year, but they're most likely hundreds of thousands on up to millions of dollars per year for one customer. So really solid business model. All right, let's go a little further here, talk about their competitors. The first one is Appen, ticker symbol APX. They're actually a penny stock. Of the competitors, they're really the only big one. The rest, Scale AI, iMerit, Cloud Factory, and Lionbridge, most people I've never heard of. Those are all private companies. Overall, I don't really see a lot of threat here. Innodata is definitely the market leader, it looks like. All right, let's go a step further here. This will kind of solidify the market leader title I just laid on this business. They have a lot of big channel partners, essentially businesses that are reselling Innodata to their customers. And they, of course, have some big customers. And they kind of bundled these logos together. But here they are. You've got Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google, Snowflake, Boeing, HP, X, and Deloitte. Again, solid names there. So nice work, Innodata. All right, now let's transition to point number 2 is the latest news on this company. So in their latest earnings report, they highlighted that the revenue increased by 79% over the last year. That's outstanding. They also mentioned a generative AI partnership on a project they're doing with Nvidia. If you're going to partner with any company, that's one right there to partner with. So great job, again, Innodata. And then this leads up to another point I have to mention. This is more on the negative side, not positive, which is a class action lawsuit between 2019 and 2024. What they were doing is what's called AI washing. There's an actual name that government regulations and really law firms are using now with companies overhyping or over-exaggerating their capabilities of AI. And I think that's a good thing because I see way too many companies out there saying, powered by AI, or we're an AI company. And it's like, well, that's nice, but like, what are you actually doing to provide value? This goes back to the late 90s and around 2000. You had the dot-com bubble, and a lot of businesses at that time were simply slapping .com on their logo or name, and people were just piling into the stock. And a lot of these stocks were I mean, they're severe penny stocks. We're talking less than $1 US dollars. And unfortunately, a lot of people, as we know, lost a lot of money. They got in on the hype because you say .com, or today, if you say powered by AI or we're an AI company, who cares? Like, what are you actually doing? Like, how much time are you saving, or how much money are you helping customers make? Let's get down to the data, but just using AI to like hype up your business, not really a smart play. So I wasn't too impressed with that. Of course, that came to a head in 2024. Hopefully that was a slap on the wrist to correct the behavior. And now we're moving forward and just telling our customers, like it is, we help you increase operation efficiency, whatever pitches they're doing in their pitch decks. But anyway, like using AI to overhype what you're doing, I don't love that. So, all right, let's move on to number 3 here and jump into Tykr, really find out what's going on with this company. We're going to use the 7. It's the 7 key steps to really determine the difference between a good stock and a bad stock. We're going to do this a little manual. We'll move through it pretty quickly, but there is an easy button. You can, looking at my screen here, you can click on the 7. We're not going to do that yet. Or you can go to the stocks page and you can really filter by, 7 or 6 or 5 and really find the strongest stocks in the market. So we're going to find out where this stock falls. And of course, before we go any further, I do have to highlight this. If you're newer to Tykr, you can go to Tykr.com, go to education, and then down to calculations. Our calculations are open source for personal use. We want to be transparent. We're not hiding any secret algorithms behind the scenes. So feel free to put the math into Excel, which is kind of something I like to do. All right, let's get into Innodata. Step 1, summary. Stocks in Tykr are either on sale, watch, or overpriced. Green, gray, or red, and only 15%, approximately 15% of stocks make it to on sale. Innodata is on sale. To get to on sale, you need 2 things. Number 1 is you need a score. This is in the hexagon. You need a score of 50 or higher. That's overall financial strength. So we're looking at the revenue, the net income, the EPS, free cash, debts, liabilities. We want to see really strong financials. Getting over 50 is pretty hard to do. So this is at 83. Very impressive. All right. The other criteria is you need a margin of safety of 50% or higher. We can see here this is at 80%. So checking both boxes there. So far, we went through 7 steps and we got a 3 for 3. Next up, in the middle, we have the 4M Confidence Booster. This is powered by AI, and we'll say it how it is. We do reduce hours, if not days of research, down to seconds with that tool. All right, so in this case, you want to see over 80, and we can see the average score here is at 82. Well done. I want to just show you something here. We're not going to go through the 4M Confidence Booster. It takes like a minute or two. You can kind of walk through the experience, but if you click on this, you can see here, we look at the math part. That's that summary, score, and margin of safety. We also look at the meaning. That's the business model. How does it make money, and how scalable are the revenue streams? We also look at the moat. How does it compare to other businesses in the same sector and industry? And then you have the management. That's the track record of the CEO. Again, putting everything together there. If you do it manually, it could, again, take you hours, if not days. So we're going to close this and we're going to move forward with that 82. So that's outstanding. All right, scrolling down, this is step 5. We want to look at the historical performance in the stock. Now, we know that past performance does not guarantee future results, but we do like to invest in stocks that consistently beat the market, not just 1 year, but 5 years. And a good number to remember is 80%. The S&P 500 typically returns about 80% over 5 years. So we like those businesses that are definitely above that. This stock is at 2,000%. Very, very impressive. All right, so we get another point there out of the 7. We'll keep going. We're almost done. Financials tab. The number 1 most important line we want to pay attention to is the EPS. That's essentially the profits of the business, earnings per share. And we're looking here. This is a profitable company, but we have a little bit of an issue. The profits are decreasing. See this? It goes from about 60 cents down to 34, down to 25, down to 23. We want to see that moving in the opposite direction. Like ideally, let's say we go from 23 back up to 30, then up to 40 or even higher. So we're not going to get a point here. Doesn't mean it's the end of the world on this stock, but it is worth paying attention to. Last step in the process, earnings calendar. We want to see stocks beating those earnings estimates. And we can see here, look at this. 4 quarters they beat it, and not just by a little, it's by a lot. Look at this, 400%, 181%, 29%, and 81%. So great job, Innodata. Really, really impressive overall with the numbers. Now let's go to the 7 tab. I think we're gonna see a 6 out of 7. Let's take a closer look. There you go, 6 out of 7. So of course, if you want to save yourself time, you don't have to do this manual like I just did. Go to the 7 tab and you can see that score. But it really gives you, what are you looking for? What are you trying to achieve on each, and lets you know if we hit the mark or not. All right, I'm going to show you one more thing, and then I'll let you know what I plan on doing with the stock. Knowing that you may look for really high scores on that 7, you can go to the stocks page, and we're going to get rid of the filter here, and you can see we've got about 59,000 stocks in the platform today. That number changes every day because there are stocks going public and other stocks going back to private. It's shuffling in and out again every day. All right, so let's make sure we've got our columns in the right order. If you're curious, you can turn on and off columns, and then you can rearrange them as simple as this. Just drag them up and down. I like to see the company, the summary, the score, the margin of safety, the 4M, and then the 7. And there's a few others I'd like to see, but they're not as important. So I've got the 7 in the right spot. Let's click apply. And let's go ahead and add a filter here. We'll go to the 7. Let's just change this to 5 out of 7 and see what that 59,000 changes to. All right, so 1,000. That's pretty good. Let's change that to 6 out of 7. 224 shows you out of 59,000 stocks, Innodata is in the top 224 stocks in the market. That's very impressive. All right, and then let's go to 7 out of 7. 26 stocks made it to that. That's it. That's pretty hard to do. So hopefully that little pro tip there will save you some time. All right, now the question is, what do I plan on doing with this stock? I'm going to add this to my watch list. I really like this business. I'm very impressed. Right now I have a solid portfolio. If you're new to Tykr, you probably saw in the training that we teach people you want to hold between 10 and 15 stocks if you're in wealth building mode. If you're in wealth protection mode, that means you have 5 years or less to retirement. That's when you maybe want to own a few more stocks or move to ETFs. That's when you're really protecting wealth. But wealth building mode, 10 to 15 stocks. So my 10 stocks I like right now, but if they're not making the returns I want, I may sell one of those stocks and move to Innodata. I will say Innodata is probably in my top 10. I have a watch list of like 100 stocks, and I'd say Innodata probably, again, top 10. So very, very impressive, kind of a hidden gem a lot of people have not heard of, but I'm going to keep my eye on that one. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. If you're interested and you want to buy and sell stocks on your own with confidence and see my portfolio, you can join Tykr for free. And of course, do not buy and sell stocks based solely on what you hear. Only buy and sell stocks that align with your own personal financial goals. Thanks for checking out this video. We'll see you in the next one.